Okay guys, I'm doing a video kind of mainly for Brett Badley. We was having a bit of a chat. He's really interested in getting like fighting sticks, and he just wanted some understanding of fighting sticks and stuff like that. I've got a few. I'm going to show 3 of the ones that I'm most impressed with. I've got 2 others, but to be fair, they're kind of in bits. And in fact, I'll break out another one that I've got in a moment, but I'll show these to start with. The first one is kind of pretty much rudimentary. It's the Dreamcast one, and the Dreamcast arcade stick. It's the official one that I've got here, so it's the official Sega one. There's a start button. There's 1 slot for the VMU. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put the light on. Yep, so there's 1 slot for the VMU, so you don't have 2 slots like a normal joypad. If you look, there's no LNR or analog buttons. It's just A, B, but there is a C this time. X, Y, there is a Z. So it's kind of a neat controller. If you listen, micro switches. It's a ball on the top. It plays really, really well. It plays exactly like you'd expect it to. It's got a kind of stainless steel case thing going on. And yeah, it's a really neat, pretty straightforward thing. It's pretty durable. I have battered it and it still looks good. And worth it for fighting games and all the typical things you'd expect to play arcade-wise and stuff like that. Very durable, very good. The next one I want to show you is my Virtua On twin sticks. This is for the Sega Saturn. The idea behind it is that you're supposed to hold both sticks, and they both independently control each arm on the Virtua On. You can use them to push them both together to forward to basically like do like melee attacks and things like that. There's 2 fire buttons. Don't know if you can see that very well. There's 2 fire buttons, one there, same there on the other stick. And basically what it does is it just gives you like a little extra dimension to the gameplay. It plays really well, and again, micro switches just give it a bit of durability. Again, stainless steel kind of thing going on underneath there, look. It's a decent enough stick. No fire button, there's no like A, B, X, Y, all that game, because it's essentially for one purpose. But again, what I've been trying to persuade Brett Badley to understand or to be aware of is micro switches are the way forward. That needs cleaning. But yeah, micro switches are the way forward. So if you go back, we'll go back a bit further, and I got this brand new when I was getting into the SNES. This is the Super Nintendo Intelligent Joystick. It's Japanese all the way, although it is completely understandable to use. You know, you can totally get to grips with it quite easily. Start and select buttons. 7 and 5 are LNR, and then obviously the buttons that you'd expect from a Super Nintendo. Here's where it gets interesting. You've got 2 programmable buttons. You've also got, I don't know if you can see that very well, but you've also got an LCD display. The LCD display, what that does is it tells you what buttons are pressing. Sounds obvious, sounds a bit silly, but what you can do is you can use that to then program this device. So you can program moves into it using the joystick and everything else. You can change the rapid fire functionality using these buttons. And there's all kinds of different modes and things that are already pre-programmed into it. There's a Street Fighter mode, believe it or not. Well, Street Fighter 2 mode. And various other things. Essentially what that means is you can do like most of the major functions using just this button and this button, which makes kind of gameplay kind of cool. One thing that is very interesting, there's a reset function, and I don't know if you can see that, guys, but there's like a serial connector. You can connect it to your PC, and you can also like put programs into it from your PC. In terms of how advanced this is, it's kind of more advanced than the other joysticks, but it's obviously for a 16-bit machine. Very, very good. And again, you've got the micro switch thing going on, and it's one of my favourites. I'll show you something else, guys, really, really quick. This is my Sega control stick. This isn't micro switched, as you can hear. It's just rubber. But this is for the Master System. It's got a DB9 connection, so it will work on most 8-bit and 16-bit machines of the time. So Amiga, Commodore 64, some Ataris, that kind of thing. It basically goes in the Master System. It's a very, very durable stick. Bit disconcerting if you've used other arcade sticks because it doesn't have that click, click, click thing going on. Yeah, it's a pretty good durable stick. However, a bit disconcerting at first to use because there's no clicking going on there, but very useful. The only thing to get your head around is that you have to hold the stick with your right hand and then control with your left, as opposed to holding the stick with your left and controlling with your right. There's one more stick that I'd like you to see, which is the AES stick. Again, if you listen, you've got the micro switch thing going on. The buttons have got beautiful spring back. This has, I don't like to admit it, but I do batter this stick when I'm playing SNK games, when I'm playing a Neo Geo. The best bit is this, a soft and comfortable base to put your hands on. Very, very nice indeed. The Neo Geo CD version is, like the joypad version, has the micro switch thing going on. But it's obviously a joypad. And that's pretty much it, guys, that I've got. I mean, I've got 2 other sticks, like Hori fine sticks for the sound, but they're old, knackered, they don't work very well. And they're all rusted up and a bit knackered and stuff. But yeah, so there you go, guys. What you've got is the Dreamcast one, the Sega Saturn Virtua On one, and the SNES Intelligent Joystick. One thing that I didn't mention, which I think is kind of cool about the SNES one, just before I go, is a lot of people don't like the way that you have to maybe twist your hands to get to the buttons if you're playing games a certain way. You can solve that by turning it. Also by turning it, what you're doing is you're changing the program. You can change the program to anything that you would like. So you can turn it and basically make it to whatever you want. So you can have it like this, you can have it like that sort of thing. So you can turn it to suit your gameplay style. Another reason to own one. That is absolutely brilliant to use when you're playing Virtua On. It's kind of a laugh. And that does everything that I want to do in terms of Street Fighter and all the wonderful games that Capcom have made for the Dreamcast. Very, very good. Some emulators on Dreamcast work with this, and obviously you can reap the benefits there. And it's recognised by the web browser. The Dreamcast web browser recognises it and lets you use certain functionality on the web pages with this device, which is kind of bizarre. But yeah, there you go. So there you go, guys. That's a kind of look at arcade sticks that I've got. Encourage brettbadly to get a decent one for his PS2. Tell him to get micro switch. Tell him to get something good. He's after one for his fighting games. I think he's wanting to get one that maybe works on the Xbox as well. So let's encourage him to get something good. Okay, guys, that's me. See ya.